I was going to start by saying something to the effect of, hello, my name is Christian Taylor, and I'm a pretty big nerd, but judging by what most of us are wearing this evening, I think that kind of goes without saying. Kristen's lucky that Black Sales is over because she'd probably have a regular role. I know their costume department has been calling, trying to figure out where she got her coat and her hat. We look fantastic. Nick has been pulling off spandex tonight better than most of the actors on the Disney payroll. He's audacious, but I'll get to that in a minute. I find myself at a disadvantage tonight. I've only had the good fortune of knowing Nick and Kristen for, we'll call it a decade. But I am incredibly proud to have been around for what they've accomplished in that time. Being a nerd is just how I got to know Nick, and by association with Kristen. I was wandering through the Finley halls, the bowels of Finley Hall, I should say, sophomore year in college at BW, go Yellow Jackets. Yeah. Looked into an open dorm room and saw Nick sitting in a lawn chair playing Halo.
Yes.
Of course, shortly after I met Nick, Kristen came to town in the Green Monster. Soon after, Nick and I would travel to Niagara to visit Kristen. Sometimes making a killer baked potato soup, and sometimes getting into trouble on the falls. It's a different story. Regardless, I began to see some patterns emerge, the give and take, the hanging out with the Cito family, who has been as welcoming as a family could be to, some strangers coming into their house to hang out for a while. But by the time Kristen was packing for a summer in Switzerland, I knew that she at least wanted to be in Nick's life. I knew this because Nick was sincerely bummed that he couldn't see her off. He himself was in Ireland. Instead, hiring carpenter back there, and I found myself at the Cito residence, helping her pack for her trip at 2 in the morning. And we were happy to do it. That winter, Nick decided to move to Chicago. When I asked why, he simply stated rather matter-of-factly, because that's where Kristen is going. And I think that was my moment of clarity, that all of this was inevitable. I could honestly just drop the mic right now because that should be enough. But no, there's so much more to the story. About a month after Nick moved to Chicago, I began asking him periodically when he was going to pop the question. And I know I wasn't the only person asking that. It just seemed like a matter of time. I started describing their couple's antics as nauseatingly adorable. Of course, it started as a joke, but became a term of endearment. The truth that I never told you is that it doesn't come without a hint of envy, that your pragmatic, yet whimsical chemistry is evident in your daily life. Sometimes Kristen calls Nick a jerk, which is perfectly warranted. Sometimes Nick calls Kristen a liar, but that's part of the appeal. Kristen, literally every time we've come to hang out with you guys and we've had a chance to sit and chat, at some point or another, you bring up what a great boyfriend Nick is. It's relentless. After about the third time that happened, by the way, Nick, I don't know if you remember, I took you aside and said, you better not mess this up because I can never forgive you for it. But the truth is that people spend their entire lives longing for the sublime and inspiring bond that you two share. It is the standard candle to which I hold other relationships, my own included. So, back to audacity. Nick, you moved across the country to a new city, state, and time zone with the mindset of, I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to figure it out. All for the purpose of being with Kristen. Twice. You worked through 2 jobs in academia that you hated to get your master's degree, which is a fantastic achievement, and a career opportunity that you enjoy greatly. Kristen, you moved to Chicago for the simple love of the city. I don't know what's more organic than that. Without a plan for what you wanted to pursue, you were offered, you didn't fall into it, you were offered a job with American Airlines, spent far too much time in Dallas, Texas, flown around the world, and now you're about to accomplish my own personal dream of becoming a pilot. Ladies and gentlemen, members of this congregation, the greatest military and business leaders of history strive for the audacity and nerve that these two wake up with on a Tuesday morning. My old man used to say, son, a smart man learns from his mistakes, but a wise man learns from others. But today, most auspicious of days, I challenge us all to learn from Nick and Kristen's achievements, take a page from their collective playbook, find the daring, the moxie to endeavor our own challenges. And if you need help, you already know where to look. Kristen, in one of our first trips to Chicago, I cautioned you to not hurt Nick because you'd be sorry. But now you're definitely going to be sorry because now you're stuck with him. Nick, Kristen, I love you both, and I cannot wait to see what you two do next because I can't wait to be there when you do it. Cheers.